Hello everybody, this is Intuitive Retta. How are you doing today? I want to do a reading today on Candace Owens, and I'll get into why. I want to remind you guys to subscribe, click the bell button so you get the notifications. Comment below and make sure you like this video. You can find me on different social media platforms at Intuitive Retta on Facebook and also Instagram and on Twitter. If you would like your own personal reading, please contact me at rettaware@gmail.com. Okay, I'm going to do a reading on Candace Owens. I know a lot of people have her in a lot of controversy or whatever, but I really like this young black woman, and the reason why I really like her, no matter what her political stance is or anything like that, but I love to see this young woman. She speaks so eloquent. She speaks very eloquent. She's very poised. She dresses, very lovely, and because the way she speaks, she makes people listen. And I was just thinking to myself a few minutes ago, there's another woman of color. I don't know if she's mixed. I want to say her name is Angela Reyes. I don't know. Let me know if that's her name. But they have her all over the news, like different news stations, and even like Shade Room and the Breakfast Club has her on, and this and that. And she's supposed to be like the voice of the people, the voice of the women. And she doesn't represent me. I know I'm old and she's younger, or maybe she's going towards my age. I'm not sure how old she is. But I swear she's so ghetto and so ratchet. And I'm just like, and they use her to speak what the black women in the community are thinking and feeling. And I'm like, she doesn't represent me. I don't want the world to see my black community or the people of color community as women of color, because in almost all media and TV and shows and everything, they represent black women as angry black women. And to me, it's like her behavior, her attitude, the way she speaks kind of represents what the world already thinks of us. So I'm like, oh. But Candace Owens, even though people talk about her and, they can get rude to her and they call her all types of names, she never gets out of character. She never raises her voice. She continues to be eloquent, and I got to respect that. So I'm going to do a reading on her. I'm using the Cook's Tarot. If you guys have never used the Cook's Tarot, this is an awesome tarot deck. Most likely, even for you guys that are just learning tarot, I think the book that accompanies this deck is awesome. I don't know if I've ever talked about it, but the book that accompanies this deck is awesome. She does a lot of symbolism in the cards, and you wouldn't think so with these kind of cartoon characters. But she also incorporates astrology in her cards, and she talks about each card and where they lie astrology-wise, and she incorporates that in the card. She also incorporates numerology and stuff like that. So I want to talk about Candace. Candace is the Lovers and the Devil. So I know she's come from, a hard time. Things have never quite been easy for her. If you hear me about the lovers kind of make bad decisions sometimes, especially in love, relationship, because until they learn, and hopefully she's learned, she's only 29 years old. Hopefully she's learned to not look for outside influences to validate her or to love her, that she needs to find that validation and love within herself. And I'm hoping that she's learned that. Because if you don't learn that, and if these lovers and devils don't learn that, which I'm talking about their birth cards, they can get into some bad behavior or have some bad vices or stuff like that. And I'm surprised this long, because she has people comment and say a lot of bad things because she's a Trump supporter and stuff like that. And I'm sure it's hard for her, for a Lovers and Devil, because, to have people constantly, come at you and call you names and this and that. And she's already had issues with, her own self, and she has her own ego and her own vices, and, that could play into it. So I'm praying for her. So this year, she had to overcome a lot. And you can even see that when she's talking, and a lot of people have come for her, but she's never, went out of character. I think one day she almost got assaulted in a restaurant and stuff like that. And what's funny is more white people are, that come at her very aggressively and even want to act like they want to hit her. It's more white people than people of color. And she she handles it well. So this year is about her overcoming things and also facing issues head on. So I do see her doing that, even facing issues within our community, within her family. She's facing them head on, and she's not making excuses. And I see that. And, the star is about enlightenment, is about, oh, Lord, is about this, the light shined on. Sorry, I had some books and they all fell. Next year, I'm kind of worried about her. It will be her hermit year in her moon. So she may be going through a depression next year. She may kind of isolate herself a little bit. She also you want to look for some enlightenment next year. So next year is going to be a really rough year for her. So you guys keep that in mind when people comment and stuff. If you do see her, on TV or on YouTube or whatever, or see her in person, just be aware that next year is going to be a very rough year for her. But I'm looking at 2020 is going to be her year. It's going to be the year of the magician. And I hope she can manifest whatever she puts her mind to, and good things come for her in 2020. So I just want to see about her. So I'm going to draw some cards using the Cook's Tarot. I'm also going to use this. This is a Lenormand deck. Haven't used in a while. I can't remember the name of it. I can't remember the name of it. But it's the same lady who's made my, let's see if I have it. A deck that I use all the time. I haven't used it in a while, though. I can't find the thing for it. But she makes the deck that does this. So I want to see, it's an oracle card. Luck, Clover, luck. So this is all about, she's going to have fortune, hopes, dreams. She's also it's going to, have some risky type things, like, taking things in chance some way. And even her whole, supporting Trump is kind of risky. I think that if she took that way, if she was eloquent like this and against Trump, I think that people would love her more, especially in our community. But it's risky for her to go outside the norm. So I like that. She is, it's like good vibrations, opportunities, you know what I'm saying? It's good for her. So she has good luck going on with her right now. Let's see, where is she at? The world. She's traveling. I don't know if you can see this card. She's traveling a lot, I see her traveling a lot. Things are going good. When she starts something, she finishes it. So when she decides that she wants to do something or a platform, she starts it and finishes it. And I see her doing a lot of traveling, like worldwide traveling. Awesome. Let's see, what's the cross to bear for her this year? Is the Five of Cups. Remember I said going into, she has her own vices and stuff like that. She is the Lovers and Devils. So the Devil card is about ego, your vices, and, your shadow self coming into play. And if you can't deal with, your choices and what you feel about yourself and your own validation, and not worrying about what others feel about you, that devil energy will come into play. And I see here, she goes through periods of depression. And I see that next year it's going to even affect her even more in 2019. So, she's also, even though she's feeling kind of lonely, I think that, she's in a place where, there's not many others that are along with her for this ride, especially in like our community and stuff, and maybe even with family. I think some family relationships have, kind of not been so good for her in regards to her coming out with this Trump support and so forth. And I think she's feeling kind of lonely. She's very emotional. I see her by herself at night, maybe crying. Hopefully, Candace, don't drink. Don't drink by yourself and stuff like that. Because I see a lot of emotions at night for her when she's by herself. Let's see, the underlying issues is because she's bringing things. The underlying issues of this all is because she's so visible. Because she's young, because she's so visible, because she's shining lights on certain things. But in all actuality is that she does want better for the community. She does want better for this community. She does want the children of the next generation and next generation to have more abundance, see things better. You know, and for her, it's like, she's not kind of like me where I'm more into the conspiracy and the esoteric and I see signs and symbolism. She kind of sees things as like this red or blue, like the politics are very black and white, Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, stuff like that. So I think that, you know, she's doing this, you know, for the younger. So the driving point of it all is for her to do things for the kids growing up. Because I think when she was young, she seen, you know, the abundance out there that maybe other people had and she didn't have, you know, where she's seen like other people, especially she's from Connecticut. Connecticut is a very wealthy state. I worked there for about 7-8 years. I was a travel nurse and I worked there for 7 or 8 years. And it is a very wealthy state. There's a lot of hoods there, but even buying a house in the hood can cost you $500,000. It could cost you $250,000, $250,000 for a house in the hood. So she's seen in her, when she was young, that people around her, not necessarily her, but people around her had, you know, things in abundance. Let's see what's going on in her past is kind of, she was always looking for opportunities. So, you know, in the past is looking for opportunities and hopefully, you know, waiting until things, you know, are completely finished and not trying to harvest too early. You know, it's always using the opportunities that are in front of you to your best ability. And she's been doing that for the last year. Let's see what's on her mind. It's the 10 of Cups. Her family is on her mind a lot. Like I said, I think that she's feeling kind of isolated from her family a lot. And I think that she's thinking about her family. To me, it feels like she feels like she's on the outside looking in regards to her family. Like she's not completely a part of her family. She's on the outside of it, kind of looking in. And I can even say, you know, this kind of election and this whole type of thing has got families, you know, at each other's throat and stuff like that. For my opinions, I've been kicked out of houses. 6 of Pentacles is also is given. She wants to give back. She wants to give back to the community. She wants to give back to others. You know, she wants to take her blessings that she has and kind of give back. But the problem is, Candace, is don't try, you know, you have to be more balanced with your giving and taking. You can't continue to give and give and give enough of yourself and you're not, you know, refilling what you're given. So that means that you may be giving your emotions, your time, your energy, and you're constantly giving and giving and giving, trying to help people in your community and stuff like that, especially women. I think her main thing is to give back to women. And I think she has a very good love for like single women, single like mothers, even though she has no kids. And she wants to kind of give back and give people, like, this is the apple. Even though in the Bible they call it the apple, you know, the forbidden information, the forbidden fruit. It's actually really in real life a pomegranate, but this is the apple. So to constantly giving of herself, her knowledge, you know, into the community, this and that, for the next generation. Make sure you refill yourself. You can't keep constantly giving of yourself and not refilling. Let's see. Also, the 9 of Pentacles is that she wants to continue to build in her business. That's been on her mind. She wants to, I'm dropping all types of books. She wants to continue to build on her business. She does want a good life. She does want to be able to build financially a business and stuff like that. And when she gets to be able to work so hard, and when she gets to that area of completion where she could take a break and say, oh, okay, and kind of relax. Let's see what's going on in her future. The King of Swords. Ooh, let's see. I'm trying to figure out. That's a thumbs up. So, this is someone from her past. So, there is someone from her past, and he's a King of Swords. I don't know if this is a relationship or whatever, but this is someone from her past. I don't know if this is a relationship, but he's very intellectual too. And I think she's reconnected, or she's going to reconnect with someone from her past. And he's giving her the thumbs up of what she's doing. Like, you're doing a good job. He may be a lawyer. He may be someone that's intellectual, that's able maybe to help her. Let me just see. The Ten of Swords. But I think that it's a relationship she may have, someone that she's worked with, not worked with, a relationship she had in the past with someone. This guy's very intellectual and so forth. He's given her the thumbs up, like, you know, I think maybe there may have even been a crush that she may have had on him when she was young and this and that. But I don't see that this relationship is going to be... you know, it's going to be more of a burden than anything. I don't see this relationship or this relationship with this person that she's had for a long time, you know, is going to end. So I don't know if she's in a relationship. It's someone who's been very, like, you know, cooperative with her. Someone that's been, he's been around for a while. Someone that's, you know, it could even be someone that we've seen her eating with or whatever, because there's videos of her getting ambushed at restaurants. He's a very smart guy. He may be an intellectual, you know. He's like her cheerleader right now. They've had a long relationship from the past. I think that she gives him, I think she may have a crush on him, or there may be a relationship there some way. I think that she's constantly, you know how I said with lovers, they constantly give of themselves. And they constantly give instead of giving to themselves. I see that she's constantly giving him emotional support, constantly. And he may not be doing the same thing in return, but it's been a long time. They've had a long relationship, and I do see that ending. I do see that ending. I want to see, real fast, is she going to have a career in politics? Is she going to have a career in politics? Oh, I'm just dropping everything today. I'm so surprised. My last reading, my Nicki Minaj reading, I didn't get that many views. They had it on restricted for the first 3 days, and today all of a sudden they unrestricted it. But, you know, it doesn't make no difference because you get your most views in the first 3 days. So, is she gonna make a career in politics? The Four of Pentacles, I think she's going to try, but I have a feeling that they're not going to make it easier. They're not going to make it easy for her. They're not going to try to let her in. She may try to get into politics, but it's like something that they're not trying to let her in. You see how the doors are kind of, they're open a little bit, but they're locked. And she's trying to put this in there without trying to open up the whole door. And the Four of Pentacles is usually about hoarding and trying to keep things in. So I think that they don't want her in there. They don't want her in the political arena. Why don't they want her in the political arena? I think because she would be very successful. She would be very successful. People would actually connect with her in a political way. She would be a very powerful force in politics in the future. And they don't want to give her that chance. Is she going to make a way anyway? She's going to make a way. This is a delivery. You know, this is a knight. He's not too much thought. He's working. You know, he's going forth with, you know, his product, and he's going to go forth. How is her political going to be? I think she's going to be, The problem with her, she's going to come with her words are going to be sharp. So they're not trying to let her in. She would be a powerful force in the political arena. I see her going forth maybe in that direction. But she really needs to work on, even though she's very eloquent, sometimes her words can sting. Sometimes what she says can really, sting. So sometimes she thinks about what she says, but, she doesn't really understand sometimes maybe the ramifications of what she says. And, because her words, can chop some things down. So sometimes, she's very passionate about her words and her intellect, and she can like chop off someone's head with her words. A Five of Wands is very competitive for her to go into politics. It will be very competitive. She hasn't quite made that decision that if that's what she wants to do. She hasn't quite made that decision if that's what she wants to do. She does have some business aspirations. Some type of business aspirations in the future. She has some business aspirations. I'm not sure if she really wants to go into politics because I think that she sees ugliness in the politics. It doesn't make her feel good. I think she feels like politics, she's feeling like this. And I think she's going to talk like this for, the more that she speaks out and is Republican and is black and in regards to a pro-Trumper, the more sadness she's going to get, the more isolation she feels. So I think that if she wanted to go in politics, they won't make it easy for her. She would be a powerful force. In politics, her words, she would tell things, and she would end many people's career if she was in politics, because she would tell exactly what's going on. She wouldn't sugarcoat anything. She hasn't made that decision yet. I know she wants to build her own business, maybe her own brand, her own product, but she hasn't made that decision yet if she wants to go to politics, because she's still right now. Remember, I also said she's going into next year for her in 2019. It's going to be the Hermit in the Moon. It's going to be more of that isolation and more of her feeling isolated, alone, and sadness and depression. And it could also mean the end of that relationship with that guy that we've seen. So we'll have to check in on her at the end of 2019. We may have to check in with her or sometime in 2019 to see how her depression, her isolation, the end of that relationship that she's had for a long time, and how she's dealing. And in 2020 is going to be her manifestation year. So that's going to be the year where she decides if she's going to go into politics, if she's going to go into business, and so forth. And so that's what we're going to see for her. Let's see everything around her real quick right now. Oh, so I want to see the lady. See if I can find the lady. Here it is. It's a black woman too. Okay, so we're going to see around her real quick. Let me move this. So this is the Cook's Carol right here, and I highly recommend it. I really do like that deck. I've never really used it. I don't think I've used it here on YouTube before. My daughter bought me that deck. Let's see what's behind her, in front of her, above her. It's probably going to say the same things. And what's underneath her? It's probably going to say the same things as the other card said. Okay, so she's ending things. So what's behind her is ending things. Like she's having a transformation. She's ending things. It's a life altering. She made a choice in the past, maybe the last year or two. A life changing decision. She's ending people, places, and things that no longer serve her. And she's had a transformation. Let's see. And her future is stability. She's looking for the long term. Remember I said she doesn't know? She's going to start trying to figure out in 2020 her anchor. Like, does she want to go in a career in politics? Does she want to become an entrepreneur? Stuff like that. So that's what she's going to, in the future for her, is finding her long-term preservation. settling down, you know, stuff like that. So we can see that in the long term. On her mind, she has good luck. Good things are coming for her. But she's got to be careful. Look at this fox. She's got to be careful. I don't know if it's the guy that, you know, that's ending things with her or what. But this is above her is her job opportunities. I think, is she going to get it? Is she on Fox a lot? Because it's funny, job and Fox and job. Is she on Fox a lot? Has Fox offered her a job? I don't know. But I also find that if she does do anything on Fox or a job on Fox or anything in regards to the Fox, that they are deceiving her. They're not going to be very loyal to her, or that Fox in general, the network is not going to be loyal to her at all. They have ulterior motives, and that someone, I think someone may have offered her a job either on Fox, or some man, a slick man or woman has offered her a job. They don't have really good intentions. But for some reason, I feel like it's Fox News Network. Talking. I think she got a talking position. I think someone was offering her a position to talk. Verbal communication. She can talk. Whether you like her stance or her politics or not, she is very eloquent. She's a beautiful speaker. And I think someone maybe at Fox offered her a talking position, like a show or a co-host or something. I don't think you should take it. I don't think you should take it, Candace, at all. Let's see underneath her. Travel. Remember I said she's going to be traveling a lot. That was that world card, going overseas. She's going to have success. And that's why I said, look at this, snake deception. Be careful also of, the snake is also women. Betrayal, lies, deceit, jealousy, you know, traitors, dishonesty, which comes in here. It could be a woman. It also could be Fox. So a talk show. She wants maybe an anchor position or something to talk, and she's got to be careful because they're gonna betray her and be very sneaky and deceptive. And also this could also mean a woman too. So it could be a man and a woman that may have offered her a position. So that's the end of the reading. Tell me what you guys think. I just thought it was very interesting to look at this young lady. She's 29 years old. I thought she was younger, but she's 29. And I think you know, she's going to go places in life. And I know she brings up subjects that sometimes we don't like to talk about in our community. But what I like is that she doesn't want to portray this victim mentality. She didn't come from she came poor just like a lot of us, you know, didn't come from nothing just like a lot of us. And she's saying, just because you've come from nothing and you didn't have anything, don't let that defy you. Don't let that victim mentality kind of rule you to tell you that you can't do something, that you won't be good enough, that you're not good enough, that you can do and be whatever. And I think that in our community, we need that a lot. And I think more people of color should embrace her compared to, you know, put her up. And that, I don't know if her name is Angela Reeves, or she's light-skinned. They have her on the Breakfast Club, and she's light-skinned, and she's supposed to be in the politics, and she talks, but she talks so ghetto, and she sounds like an angry black woman, and I just don't like her representing me, you know. And I hope you young women don't want her representing you, because you don't have, we can all keep it real, but you don't have to be ghetto and ratchet to keep it real. You know, you don't have to go on national TV and show millions of people and act like what TV shows them of what black women are. We are so more than that. And I don't think she's a good representative of our community. And I hope you young people don't think she's the best representative of your community either. Whether you agree with Candace or not, she's very eloquent. All right, that's the end of the reading. Tell me what you think below. Talk to you later. Bye.